What's up, guys? Felipe here, the Fit Store again. Now I'm gonna talk about a book that you really shouldn't read if you wanna remain naive. It is a book that I was always like a bad reader throughout my life. I was never good at reading, etc. in school, but this book really changed that perspective, that kind of behavior that I had towards books. It is called the 48 Laws of Power. Robert Greene wrote this book. Amazing book, amazing book. I think if you are interested in how power works, you definitely should read it. And understanding the dynamics of power, in my opinion, it is very important for the simple reason that power is everywhere. Maybe you're thinking, oh, but I don't want to command anyone. Why should I be interested in power and stuff? Well, thing is, you like it or not, all the human relationships involve power. Your family, your parents were like trying to impose their ideas on you, the society, your partner, etc., etc. So if you are interested in how these dynamics work, you should read this book. And also there is a lot of very ugly realities about this book. But in my opinion, if you are really into self-development, you should embrace the ugliness of the world. It's the only way to stop being naive and not tolerate bullshit from anyone. That's why it is so important, in my opinion, to understand the dynamics of power. This book is very well known for being demonized. There is like a group of people saying that, oh, this is a manipulative book and stuff, you shouldn't read it, you will become an ugly person and stuff. But actually, Robert Greene wrote this book to reveal some kind of ugly realities that happen, So it is up to you if you want to use this book and all the tactics that are described here in this book for good or bad, And also, I don't think that there is good or bad in the world. We are all gray, So this is a very important thing. I decided to read this author because I faced many unpleasant situations in the past year, like a couple of years ago. So I wanted to understand why it is like that. In that case, I really recommend Robert Greene. All his books are amazing, okay? So what is interesting about this book? Well, this book is divided in 48 chapters, each chapter being one law. And the fascinating thing about this book is like the author presents obviously the law, which is kind of a rule or something, how you can protect yourself or use it for power. And then the author presents like some historical observation of the law, how it is practiced. And there are many historical people here mentioned in the book, like Kissinger, for example, Cleopatra, Julius Caesar, etc. So if you are into history as well, it is a very, very interesting book. This book is like almost 500 pages, but when I started reading like 1 year ago or something, I finished it like in 1 week because it's so amazing. And there are some of my favorite laws. For example, Law 19, know who you are dealing with, do not offend the wrong person. Yeah, this is a very interesting law because sometimes people, we never know who they are, and probably they can plot a revenge if we offend them, And also there is a saying that I like a lot, like beware of the rage of the cold man. So be careful when you're messing with a very cold man, because their fury. Also, another law that I really like is crush your enemy totally, for example. So as you can see, the laws sound very ruthless, But this is the nature of the human. Human can be ruthless, can be violent, and we can also be very good and kind depending on the situation and the environment. Another law that I really like is, because it's related to self-improvement, self-development, is recreate yourself. we are the people who are like into self-development. We are always trying to be better, so we are recreating ourselves. As I already mentioned you before, I was very introverted in my 20s. I had like in my Facebook no pictures at all, and now I'm doing YouTube. Another law very interesting is like law number 40, despise the free lunch. In this chapter, the author tells us about how whenever we are like being invited for something which is apparently for free, the person is just concealing, is like trying to deceive a hidden agenda, you know. So this is something that, for example, when we see like in very nice guys, that's why you should always reject nice guys, because nice guys are being manipulative. They are like overly nice to you because they want something from you. They don't do their actions from the kindness, from the sake of doing good. They are always expecting something. So it's about like being very aware of the intentions of people when they are doing something for free, you know. So because the sense of gratitude, the feeling of gratitude is very dangerous. It's like a double-edged sword. When you feel gratitude to someone, probably you have the feeling of returning the favor back. So this is a very risky situation sometimes, depending on the context, obviously. Another law that I really like is like be royal, law number 34, be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. And this is very important. For example, we can think whenever someone is like dressing badly, not stylish, with not a proper beard or with a shitty haircut or stuff, people have the tendency to look down on you. So that's why, for instance, appearance and attitude is so important in life. If you want to be considered, if you have like better vocabulary and stuff like that. So this is something that has to start with you. For instance, in my life, I've been like fat, super skinny, I've been muscular, I've been in all the possible shapes that you can have as a person throughout my life. And trust me, people treat you very differently regarding how you look like. When I was fat, people in general treated me like shit. Women were very despective, like always doing this and that. And nowadays it's completely different story, you know. So this is shit. But when you adopt, for instance, like assume formlessness, which is like the law number 48, assume formlessness, you are always open to change. And this is something very beautiful, because you maybe you are feeling shitty now, maybe you have depression now, maybe you are anxious now, but if you are aware of the condition that you are facing, you can do something about it and change your reality. So this is something very important, you know. I am just telling you like my opinions on the laws, but the author presents very interesting psychological perspectives and historical perspective from the laws, the observance of the law, sometimes when the law is like violated. So that's why I really encourage you to read this book. It's fucking amazing. Another law that I really love, and it is the pure truth, is like law number 28, enter action with boldness. We tend to admire people with boldness who has like the balls to do something, because in this society everyone is so weak and so coward, they never die with the boots on, you know. So that's why, for instance, someone who has like conviction and goes against his or her fears, it's so valuable, because it's so scarce in society. Bold people are so scarce, or we are like surrounded by sheep, you know. Well, to summarize, guys, this book, amazing book, with psychological perspective and historical perspective. If you wanna uncover the ugliness of the world and stop being naive, it is fully recommended. Fully recommended. You can use the things that are written here in your favor to protect yourself against manipulation, because this world is full of deception, full of people who just use others so you can understand how they work, you know. I know that not every person is like bad, or whenever they do bad, it's not about because they are like in nature bad. Nope. Sometimes they are just unaware, they are just lost in the world, they are not conscious about their actions. But this book will give you like an insight to understand why people is so avoidant, why people are so afraid of loving, for example, because they don't want to be heartbroken, which is understandable, but it's a weak way of living life, in my opinion. And yeah, that's it, guys. If you have any other comment, or if you like my video, please subscribe, like, and share my content. See you guys next time. Remember, people, being naive is not a virtue. You have to protect yourself against assholes. Don't be kind with people who don't deserve your kindness. You have to always protect yourself, because at the end, the only person that you will always have is yourself. If you found yourself, obviously. Never renounce yourself. Put yourself first always, and love everyone who loves you. That's it.